Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how to do stockinette stitch. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe, and let's get into it. The materials you're going to need is a yarn of your choice. I'm using this paint box yarn in a wool blend in a super chunky knit, and the reason for that is because I'm making a checkered cardigan, so that video will be coming soon. You will also need a pair of knitting needles for the size of the yarn you're using. I am using these 9mm US 13 double point needles. So the first thing I'm going to do is cast on some stitches. This is dependent on what your project is. I'm knitting 15 by 15 squares, so I'm just going to cast on 15 stitches. There you go. So I'm just going to count and make sure I have 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Brilliant. So I'm just going to pull that tight and make sure I've got my working yarn in my right hand. And for our first row, what we're going to do is knit the full row. So I'm going to take my yarn and just knit away. And I like this stitch just because it's quite easy that you don't forget where you are and what stitch you need to be doing. So we're literally going to knit all the way along in our first row. There you go, so that is row 1 done. And what is really good when you're using chunky yarns is it comes together really quickly. So what we're going to do for our second row is we are going to purl the whole row. So what I'm going to do is insert my needle and make sure the yarn is in between. And we're going to wrap around the back of our needle and then underneath and slide that off. And we're going to do that for the whole row. It's funny because I know quite a lot of people who knit prefer purling, but I find it quite a bit harder than knitting. It took me so long to understand how it works. So if you're in the same boat, let me know and I can always do a tutorial. And what we're going to do now, we're at the end of our second row, is go back to our first row. So we're going to knit a whole row, and then we're going to be alternating between the knit row, a purl row, a knit row and a purl row until we finish the pattern or section that we're doing. So I'm just going to go away and carry on knitting until I'm at the end of the row. So that is the end of our third row, which was our second knit row. So what we're going to do now is do a purl row, and as I said earlier, we're literally just alternating between a knit row, a purl row, a knit row and a purl row and it's really easy and it comes together really quickly. So what I'm going to do is start purling. So this is what my finished square looks like. So I'm making a checkered cardigan, so I'm just knitting all the squares individually, which there will be a video coming soon on that, so I'll make sure that is linked below and in the cards when it is up. But yeah, this is what it looks like when you're done, and I really like it. As I said earlier, it's just so crisp and neat and tidy, and it's a classic stitch for a reason, and it's brilliant for beginners. So make sure you give it a go, check out the other tutorials on my channel, and I will see you next time.